had a client come to me who was in therapy for 18 years.
18 years.
Can you believe it? 18 years and 50 sessions a year. That's like 600 hours of conversation that led to nowhere. So you cannot use the brain to help tackle its own self.
Need the body.
You use the body, you bypass it, you hijack it. Today, the commodity that has been stolen from us is our free awareness.
Our ability to pay attention. Can't sit with your own self.
They did an experiment on about 1,000 adults or so and asked them, can they sit by themselves in a room or give them an electric shock?
I've seen this study, It's on our website.
That's a huge percentage. It's more than 70% people would want to shock themselves. Like, guys, what is happening?
Husain Anas, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Parmeet.
For someone who may not know you, how would you introduce yourself?
Well, this is a very not so easy question for me because the work that I do, so I do different sorts of stuff, and one thing that I passionately follow is that I started Sadhu Nails 5 years ago. Sadhu Nails is an organization that helps humans connect with themselves, right? I think this is the easiest way I can put it.
So, founder of Sadhu Nails.
Yeah.
And it's an organization that helps people connect with themselves. You said, what is Sadhu Nails? How does it work? How does it help people connect to themselves?
Sadhu Nails is also an instrument and a philosophy.
Okay.
And it's an analog tool. And the way we look at it now, it has been refined over the years. It's an ancient practice. Just like you have your phone, which is a tool for distraction. You have your board, which is a tool for balance. I don't know who said it, but know thyself, right?
Know thyself, yeah.
Yeah.
Andre Rackham.
So the way, the problem or the challenge that we see with almost a lot of humans across the globe is that they are unable to connect with themselves. So Sadhu Nails is an instrument that helps you connect with your own self. And that is where everything starts.
I think you've touched on a very important narrative here, which is that the connection with yourself is the inception of all connections that you may have in life. So it all fundamentally starts with the connection with yourself, and Sadhu Nails helps people do that. Do you want to go deeper into how it does it, what exactly it is? We've got board here. It's got some copper nails on it. I've used it multiple times. It's a game changer, to be honest. But I want to hear from you what this is exactly and how does it help you in the most mechanical way connect with yourself.
I believe a lot of people watching this will be from different backgrounds.
Absolutely.
So it's better to explain in a way that everybody can understand.
Yes.
Right? So this is a board that you stand on.
Okay.
The ones that you have are the ones for the hand.
Yeah.
Or you put your hand on, and that is it. You have to do nothing else but stand on a board of metal nails, right? And what is happening is behind the scenes. So you see what happens in conventional therapy is you go and you speak to somebody, right? And this conversation can go on for 5 years, for 10 years, and sometimes with no results. I've had a client come to me who was in therapy for 18 years.
18 years.
Can you believe it? 18 years and 50 sessions a year. That's like 600 hours of conversation that led to nowhere. He developed as a human, life went on. But the idea is, can I give a crude example?
Yes, please.
Let's say, actually somebody had a conversation with me and he gave me that example, which I really liked. The way he understood the nails. He said, you cannot ask a cow to get a knife. The butcher does it. Right? So you cannot use the brain to help tackle its own self.
Need the body.
You use the body. You bypass it. You hijack it. So yesterday only, at the clinic, there was a person who had a lot of questions. And I said, listen, one experience equals 1,000 explanations. All you need to do is stand and we'll speak after 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, she has forgotten everything that she wanted to ask. That is what true clarity true presence looks like. And if you really want to ask me, like, what's underneath the umbrella, then it is free awareness. Today, the commodity that has been stolen from us is our free awareness,
Our
right?
ability to pay attention.
Our ability to pay attention, our ability to create. I believe that men are creators, right?
Yeah.
God created us to
Yeah.
create,
Humans are, creative
right?
beings, absolutely.
And our awareness is stolen.
Hmm.
I call this that sometimes, it's a joke, but we live in a uncertainty republic, right?
Awareness epidemic.
Awareness epidemic.
Lack thereof.
Yes. So eventually,
Hmm.
I want a person to experience that once before they die, that state of true clarity. And you have to build upon it daily.
Yeah.
If you ask me, Hussein, why do you have to do it daily? I'm like, don't you brush your teeth daily?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Don't you eat daily? Eat, right? Isn't it cumbersome to
Sleep
maintain the
daily,
human
you go
state?
to the
Yeah.
gym if you do daily, yeah,
So
all
why
those
don't
things.
you want to work on your human self? Be a joyful person. And man, I swear that 16th of January 2021 was my first practice.
Yeah.
If I close my eyes and I recall, my mentor, who's my partner right now, he said, Hussein, just do not get off. 40 minutes. Because I had so many questions that I needed answers for. I said, I want to get an answer.
Yeah.
Let me go through this. Permeet, I, as a traditional brown guy, when I saw the nails for the first time, I was like, what the hell is this? I'm curious by
Exactly.
nature.
Exactly.
But I stood on it for 40 minutes, right outside my balcony, like, my
This was
condo.
here in Pakistan.
Yeah, in Karachi. Right outside my condo, there's a tree which is about 200 yards away. Might seem a miracle, but I could hear the leaves rattle, or the leaves kind of moving.
Wow.
I could
That
literally,
level of awareness.
yes. And when you say that the dog has a great sense of smell, that that sense of his is heightened by nature, right? That's why they use them to sniff around.
Yeah.
So humans can sharpen it.
Yeah.
A blind guy has multiple senses.
Naturally, it happens.
Yes.
So when you lose one sense, the other ones get
Yeah.
heightened.
And in my practice, I also make people go blindfold,
Yes.
so they can start, looking elsewhere.
Yeah. Other senses
So
come.
you lift the umbrella, and there's self-awareness, free awareness, and I believe free awareness is freedom, and that is why this is not mainstream.
Hmm.
Imagine, so many people would lose out if healthcare becomes mainstream, right? अभी आप देखते हो, like, you go in Karachi and you see, after a very long time, pharmaceuticals having advertisements again,
Yeah.
right? Selling painkillers. How exotic is that, right? In the odd sense.
Yeah.
But so this effort that we are doing to take this message forward, I believe this is like God's work.
I think what you said is incredible. Like in a capitalistic society, the narrative that pharmaceutical industry lives by is a lost patient, a cured patient is a lost customer, right?
Yeah.
So anything, a tool like this that can bring them healing without having them rely or depend on a medicine that they can keep selling back to them again and again will not take off in a capitalist society because they have no means for them to make more money off of that lead or customer or patient. Which is why meditation doesn't sell, these boards don't sell, all these modalities, breath work, so powerful. But how do they monetize it, right? Because they can't monetize it, there's so much lobbying against it. It's considered woo woo. The research doesn't go into it. Um, so I really feel like these things, especially in a capitalist society, really limits our ability to do some credible research on this, which can give us some evidence that can help us reach the masses with these, right? So I think that's a missing piece, but your work and the work of others in the field is really help pushing that forward. So Going back to how it works, so it helps you connect with yourself. I've tried this. When you do stand on it, there's a saying that when the body's still, the mind is moving, the mind is still, the body is moving. So if you move the body and make it go through this seemingly painful process, it is painful in the beginning at least, um, your mind just becomes still, and that process is happening very naturally. I think at least I felt it. So you stand on, you have a feeling of pain which is very much in the present, and you have thoughts of pain, and you have thoughts of getting out, or why am I here, whatnot, and then you oscillate between these two states of pure presence and then full of mind. So one can, just standing on this for 2 minutes a day, would that be enough to do as a daily practice?
I have something on my mind regarding your previous statement. Can I bring this
Yeah,
first?
please.
You said you use the word monetization, right? So mark my words, human connection
Can be.
can be monetized,
Okay.
and there's no harm in it,
Yeah.
because the transactions, since we are born, transactions are happening, right? And the future, I love medicine, right? Don't take me wrong that I don't go to hospitals, or I don't take medicines, or I don't go to doctors. But how about you do a lot of things on the side that you don't have to go again and again? That is my perspective. If my child gets sick, right, I would go to a hospital,
Yeah.
right? I respect medicine. At the same time, we know that there are now polarities, right? It's like a bipolar machine. They want you to be subscribers, like on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
Hospitals
absolutely.
won't run because they have cost, right? At the same time, everybody who's listening can look up to the following that I'm about to say. There's a doctor, there's a professor. I have had communication with him. I'm not going to name him yet because it's ongoing, but I did go to the University of Virginia. They did an experiment on about 1,000 adults or so and asked them. This is documented, right? It has been done twice in the US now. That would they be still with themselves in a room? Can they sit by themselves in a room or give them an electric shock? Have you heard about that?
I've seen the study. Yeah,
Right?
it's on our website.
I have spoken to the guy who did the study.
Oh, really?
And I told
What
him
would?
about Sadhu Nails. That's a huge percentage. It's like more than 70% people
Yeah.
would want to shock themselves. Like, guys, what is happening? Are you?
You can't sit with your own self.
And when people ask me, "Oh, is this painful?" I'm like, "Is this not painful?" When people come to me at the clinic, sometimes they're like, "Hussein, it's hurting." They don't have a migraine. It's their obsessive nature, or compulsive thoughts that the mind has. Man, in one of my presentations, the if I correct me if I'm wrong, they whoever went to the moon, right? Whoever went to the moon, they took a computer with them in the space shuttle, right?
I'm
And
not aware.
the iPhone that we have
Yeah.
today is
Yeah.
far more powerful than that, and it's like 100 million times more memory available.
Sure.
Our brains did not develop that much in 86 years since that event happened,
It's true.
right? So it's not our fault. But once you are exposed to the truth, or to something that your brain accepts,
Yeah.
and if you don't follow, then you are to blame, right? With compassion,
For sure.
right? You asked me the question about how many minutes on the nails. See, when somebody stands on the nails, they eventually have to pass the pain threshold and get to a place where they are like, I let go.
Surrender.
Yes. That could take 5 minutes, that could take 30 minutes, that could take an hour. However, in the ideal sense, if you go on the website, we say do 5 minutes a day. Because humans like to have some time limit attached to
Yes.
stuff, right?
If they know the ending, then they can push through with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
और बहुत ही if you're too busy, 60 seconds. Obama, everybody has 60 seconds,
Absolutely.
right? So this is what I started. My partner says, one must stand till they feel that they accomplished it. But humans by themselves are unable to do that. They need a nudge, right? They need those reminder messages. That's why hammer marketing always works. And it's very funny. I had a client who got the boards in 2021. She started using them last month.
4 years later.
Yeah, they were on the desk.
Why?
Humans. That's how it is. What did I do? Every 6 months I message her. This new year I messaged her, I said, if you haven't started, start now with compassion.
Yeah.
Like a mother, right?
Yeah.
Or a father, whoever.
But it's good, like they start in their own time, and that's when you know the timing is right, and when they have the calling for it genuine. I mean, it's been there 4 years. Why now? There must be some innate shift that has happened.
A genuine calling versus the inability of humans to
Right.
progress. See, the success ratio anywhere is about 20%, right? Why is that so? You did a marathon right now. After like 30 kilometers, you have to negotiate with your brain every mile or every
Every
footstep,
second. Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
But why do people respect those who do it? What is so fancy about Shoaib Akhtar? He's just throwing a stone,
Yeah.
right? A ball. No,
What
no
is,
offense to cricket
yeah,
lovers, but he has been doing it over and over again.
consistency, discipline.
People like that,
Yeah.
right?
Because that person can be trusted then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yesterday at a dinner table, this person was saying, "You really stuck out with Sadhu Nails, right?
5 years.
5 years."
Hmm.
And 20 years later, when I would have completed a quarter century, maybe people who are meant to come then they will show up, right? If not this, then what? I don't know. If not now, then when? I have no idea.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. Like, what would you be doing if not this? Because I know, let's go back to your journey as well. Because you mentioned you were trying to answer a lot of questions when you got on this board for the first time. What answers are you looking for, and
I had
what would
app-
you be doing if not this?
I
How
had
did you
applied.
discover?
I had applied to Goldman Sachs and Credit Suisse. When I got my
After uni?
yeah, when I got my
Okay.
when I got the piece of paper that said economics and political science and literature, God knows what, I I have been incredibly blessed. Like, if God says, "Are you ready to pop out?" I'll be like, "Oh, do I want to spend time with my
Of
family? I love my
course.
wife. I love my daughter." But I've had an incredibly fulfilling life. Slept in mosques, slept in synagogues, you know, across the board, west, north, south. My interaction with humans on the street was my degree.
Was your degree
Yeah,
okay?
but see, it's good to be motivated. It's good to be stimulated about what you're hearing right now. But this comes with a price. You have to pay a price if you want to do what you truly want to do. So do many things at the same time. This is not. I do this for fun. This is not my bread and butter, right?
Yeah. But it is your purpose. It is what fulfills you. That's why you do it, right?
Fulfillment,
Yeah.
yes. Because see, I told you that we are creators, right? So like a jeweler who's polishing a stone, and somebody then wears it, they're like, wow, right?
Yeah.
The one who made Taj Mahal, right?
Yeah.
That craftsman. I don't know if they cut their hands or not.
They did. Yeah.
They did, right? Why?
Why?
It's that we want to take it with us.
Preserve the creativity.
But am I not right that the ones who made it and the ones who cut the hands, they both are dead?
Yeah.
Am I wrong that this might be our last conversation?
No, it could very well could be.
Right?
Yeah.
Conscious understanding of it, we have forgotten because layers upon layers upon layers upon layers. When you stand in the boards, when you put your hand on it, show me one. Show me one piece. When you put your, by the way, this is meant for the desk as well. When
I
you put
get
your
it.
hand as well, this metal pulls you down and you're grounded. No matter if you are a Sindhi, Punjabi, or brown,
Whatever
white,
ethnicity.
yellow, you have a skin, this works.
Yeah.
You're breathing, this works. Right? This is what attracted me, that this does not discriminate. And if I had questions on religion, I went to my clergyman. He was like, "Oh, how can you have this question?" These, they do not discriminate. right?
What answer were you looking for though?
That
How did you discover this?
what answers I was looking for. Those questions that I might want to keep it for a book later on.
Sure.
But I can tell you something. This might be a funny thing for most who have done, I don't know, chemistry or they have some sense. When the first time I ever read about diamonds, I think I was in fifth grade,
Right.
right? I don't know if that person who did that is watching or not. But I asked my chem professor. I said, Professor, you said each carbon atom is attached to four different carbon atoms. I was a kid. But what if you slice a diamond in half? What happens, right?
Hmm.
All you had to say to dude, there's something called a microscope, an atomic microscope, and you can see that stuff. Am I right? Right? My science is on point. But instead, I got a slap. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
He said, "Can you see pain?" I said, "No." He said, "So you can't see the atoms as well? How dumb." Did I drop out of chemistry? I did.
Wow.
Right?
I can't imagine the number of people who might have gone through similar
But guess
situations.
what? I'm studying it now. ChatGPT, YouTube. I'm
Hmm.
studying biology. I dropped out biology because you don't have chemistry. I stuck to physics. I stuck to pressure and time.
Hmm.
So this is a message that I would want to get out, guys. If you don't know what's happening around you, if you don't know anything about yourself, or if you are confused, if you are not focused, just know that every question has an answer. Wait for the right person at the right time. Don't lose out. I stuck to my questions for throughout university. And for my friend Izzuddin Arif Abbas, he's the reason I finished university. I was
Hmm.
about to drop out
Right.
after the second semester. So there are a lot of people. There are a series of people who help me every year.
Hmm.
And I am here where I am because of that. Right.
It's amazing. So I guess this was the answer that you were looking for in some way or the other.
This is the tool that gets you
To the
in
answer.
to the answer.
Closer to the answer.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong answer.
Of course, it's all.
It's what works for you at that moment.
Yes,
And
that's
not,
your truth.
yeah, not hurt the person.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
When was the first time you felt connected to yourself? And you said, oh, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to do this.
It was definitely after meditation.
When was that? What was that meditation?
This was day 3 at a monastery.
Damn.
First time I went, yeah, day 3. I specifically remember that experience
Okay.
where I just felt this oneness, they call it. I felt like I was literally levitating in the air. Didn't feel any sense of separation. Utmost presence. There was no thoughts. Like I was very aware of every little thing that was happening in my environment. And there was just this genuine sense of peace and joy that was not coming from something, it was just innate. So that's when I felt it. Yeah, I felt a deeper connection to myself.
Imagine living in that state daily.
That's what I strive for.
But sorry to burst the bubble, that's not possible. That would be perfection.
Yeah,
Until or unless you want to get. You're
you can
recording.
maximize it.
We are recording a session here. Imagine what trouble went all in to get all the stuff ready for this.
Yeah.
Right? You can't be in the present. So, this is something that is related to the concept of frequencies. You switch between channels to operate
Yeah,
at different
absolutely.
levels,
Yeah.
right? And so, for me, I would at least want to feel this state once a day, right? If I'm at a traffic signal and somebody is, oh, sorry, Karachi, but if somebody is coming to take stuff from you that does not belong to them, you're being mugged. You wouldn't want to be in that levitating state. You would want to be in
You need your cognitive and cognition and imagination as well to oscillate between
and
states.
cortisol will fill up and you'll flight or flight,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. That's what it means to be human. You wouldn't be human otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of false propagation about the new age wellness everywhere is experience this, or if somebody is giving you a guarantee that you will feel this, run miles away from it, because once you walk away from that session, you'll be back into the real world, and until or unless you do something daily, it's not going to change. Nothing's going to change.
Yeah, I agree with that so much.
And that's the most frustrating part, isn't it? That 80% of the people are not willing to do the daily work. Why do you think is that? What is the root cause? Can you pinpoint it?
80% of people don't want to do the work.
The daily work, yeah.
It's a good question, man. Why don't they've
What is the issue?
maybe they don't believe fundamentally believe it's gonna change, but they intellectually know that this practice or other practices, it doesn't have to be them. They know going to the gym will make them healthy, but they don't do it.
Yeah. And this should tell you the importance of the work that you and I are doing,
I have an idea.
right?
Obviously, it's going outside your familiarity. It puts you in fight or flight. So it's very much against your physiology and your biology to do something that is outside your zone of familiar or zone of comfort.
Yeah.
So obviously, walking that path, it almost feels like your survival is at risk. That's what's happening within the body. That's how you change fundamentally as well. So
Now I'm talking about the part that you and I are playing the role of a guide,
okay,
right? And this is one reason that I haven't been able to give up. We are very essential when it comes to playing the role of a guide. When you go to a concert, there's like, oh, turn left, turn right, tickets here,
yeah,
gold, platinum, and all. That is the role that we are playing.
yeah,
And it's a finite role. We're not here for long,
of course,
right? Just like the prophets came to guide people, right? So here we are just giving them a message of, hey, reconnect with yourself occasionally. That's why I know each and every single client by heart, whoever I've touched, right? This is not an Amazon thing.
yeah, absolutely,
I know my people,
yeah,
right? Slow, slow, slow. Later on, maybe, evolve. But this is why I respect your work as well. That's the role of a guide.
absolutely.
And that's what we do day in and day out.
It's the most fulfilling job for me personally.
To each their own, right? Fulfillment is subjective. Have you seen? I think Denzel Washington. Who said this? You mop the floor as if you are Picasso. I don't know. Whoever said this. Like if you mop, if your job is to mop the floors, and if you're
You
doing it
do it
like
as
Michelangelo would or Picasso would, that beauty will resonate, right? And this is one of my problems with Karachi, is that it steals my attention unnecessarily, right? Because I can tolerate chaos, messy, dirty,
yeah,
but I cannot tolerate when it's not clean. That's intentional. So when people ask me, Hussein, why you're so calculated with where you go and where you don't go in Karachi, I'm protecting this
you're
for the next generation. I want to build an empire. I can't do it without free awareness.
it's true.
And this is the cost I pay.
So what's the vision with building the empire 10 years, 20 years down the line?
If I live to see that day, hopefully, 2, 3 decades later, tools for self awareness, scrap that word, basic analog tools that don't expire easily. These are built to last.
Ancient
It's like a
techniques.
Pratik Philip, right? This is not like a light bulb that's supposed to light up only 10,000 hours, right? These would be in the hands of a lot of humans, right? Next 2 decades. This is something similar. Because I've tried all the things or a lot of things that are in line with tangible products.
Yeah.
But this one stole my attention. Physical, tangible, portable, no subscription, no screens, nothing at all. Nature,
Universal.
metal, that's it. You don't need me to do this, aka, it's not a business
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of it,
Yeah.
right? मैं खुश देखना चाहता हूँ लोगों को. I want to see people happy. That's the vision with this. I have some sketches that I have for life,
Yeah.
which are maybe for a later conversation. I've never shared
Sure.
it. It's kept to my own self. Very private person in that regard,
Yeah.
right? But I would say inherently a lazy person. The good kind of lazy means I want to maximize my time and limit the amount of odd stuff that I have to do.
Be intentional.
Because, we live in the world, we have to survive here as well,
Of course. Yeah.
right? Bread and butter, livelihood, and so much other stuff. So, in the next 10 years, I would want to set up some systems where I'm able to establish systems for others. Right? That's a bit vague right now because I don't want to go into details.
Yeah. No,
But
it makes sense. It makes sense. So over the long term, build this tool or similar and have it in everybody's hands, like they have phones.
yeah,
Phone being a tool for
distraction.
distraction, you
Yeah,
mentioned, and this being a tool for awareness
yeah.
and
It's literally the size of an iPhone.
yeah,
Right.
very portable and useful.
Yeah.
How has it changed your life personally? What is the change you've seen in your own life through this?
I've become I need to find a word for it. I know the word in our language. I don't want to use that word.
You can say it in our language.
Uh, no, wait. Give me a moment to find the right word.
Take your time, man.
Unnecessary conflicts. I've become free from them.
Hmm.
And that changed who I hung out with. That changed my friend circle. The ones who were not supposed to stay, they walked away. The ones who were new, they came. And I was, see it like this: you do what you are meant to do, and you're under God's protection, right? He takes, if you want to take full control of your life, be my guest. You cannot.
No, you
You
cannot.
cannot control a truck driver who's going to drive 70 miles an hour and hit you and you're going to die.
Yeah.
You just have to focus on your vision, trust in him that he will protect you from that truck driver and go do your job. That has changed for me. और एक पंजाबी का लफ्ज है शक्करखोरा, right?
Shakar Khura.
Yeah,
What does
shakkar
that
means
mean?
sweet, right? It's like a person who loves sweets gets his sweets, right? This is a very rough translation.
So when there's a will, there's a way. Like similar, no?
Yeah, but it's divine intervention happening here. And my friend who passed away last year, his name is Afzal Hussain Rizvi, or Captain Sayyid Afzal Hussain Rizvi. He gave me that title, and I have a tattoo of it right here.
What's the title?
Actually, it's the same Shakar Khora, right?
Shakar Khura.
So that has been, so every 5 years I've had some titles that I stuck onto myself, and I have like 4 of them. Not on me,
Yeah.
but I used to be a person with a sports bike. When I was in Istanbul, like a proper sports bike.
Yeah.
And we I don't know if you know this, but we bikers have cards right here, the size of a finger, that we slip onto people as we ride. So if you see,
I had no idea.
if we see a fellow biker
Yeah.
on the road, we don't have time. We just slip our card and we give it to them.
Right. Just to make contact.
Yeah, just to stay in touch. Or we give
Yeah,
cards to people for all sorts of reasons. One card that I had that I got in 2014, on the back, it says something like this. I still have it in my wallet. I don't listen to what men say, I watch what they do. Maybe it won't work out. Maybe seeing it does will be the best adventure ever. That's how I went to Brazil. That's how I went. I randomly went to a person on a snowy day when he was freezing. I said like, "Hey, are you okay?" And it turns out I spent a month with him at his family house in Brazil from that conversation that happened in Istanbul. Right? That's how I ended up I ended up missing a flight to New York, then abruptly taking another one and going to Poland first and then New York. My life is full of colors. Evil eye, knock on wood or knock on nails or knock on glass, whatever. But I chose to be brave. I'm mad in that sense. Don't be like me, because any ordinary Joe, I can guarantee, will wither out. For me, I either will do what I love or I'll just wither away. It's like do or die in the literal sense,
Yeah.
right? I always say that if my businesses won't work out, I'll rather have a pan stall or whatever, something like a shack, right?
And keep doing this.
No, this is not part of the picture right now.
Okay.
But this is a metaphor because I come from a like an established uh, family business line of
Yeah.
textiles, and I didn't choose to fully pursue it. And mind you, in our line of work, in our family system, that's trouble. That's trouble 101, right? You would know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But I know 5-10 years later, I'll be the one taking care of all of them. And I look back at this conversation because, it's again very clear about it. My wife knows about it. He will die if he doesn't do what's here. However, to all those listening, don't confuse your stupidity with your intuition. You have to sharpen your intuition, right? Can I use I'm not going to give that crude example here because we have all sorts of people listening, and some examples are kind of not relevant for a younger generation, right?
Yeah.
But the idea is sharpen your intuition first before you start to say, I'll do because I like this. No. You're doing something that somebody else told you to do, or you got it from. See, what are we doing right here? Sharing stories, right?
Yeah.
Now, somebody might say, oh, I'm going to be a wellness guru. Sure. If you want it, how would you know? If you sharpen this. And if you force me to give an example, I once went to this hospital where they give me anesthesia, right?
Yeah.
They were giving me anesthesia, and I was speaking to the guy. I was like, dude, nothing is happening. Pass me some more. So they gave like about 10 ml of that shot, to make you go all out.
Yeah.
But he gave me 12, maybe. But me, he recalled, and there's video of the surgery as well. I have no recollection of that. But I was speaking to them, telling them that, oh, this is hurting, this is not hurting. They put a camera inside me, right?
While you were passed out.
Yeah. And in the Quran, it says, every night when you sleep, God takes your soul, and if it's not your time, it comes back. Something along those lines, right? There's a verse. I read it like last week.
Yeah.
And you go back, analyze all sorts of texts and religions. I haven't done that, by the way. I don't have the time to do it. I just want to be simple and stuck to what I know. But the reason this place got destroyed was intolerance. If you do something different, I cannot tolerate it. If I do something different, you cannot tolerate it. The people in this room right now, the ones who are listening, they might not agree to what I'm saying, what you're saying. They might not like us. But if they can tolerate us for who we are, society will grow.
Absolutely.
And this is the reason the subcontinent got messed up,
That's where you breed uniqueness, which is really lacking, obviously,
right?
in our
And
society.
standing on nails for the whole country, that's not the solution. Use anything. If you want, you can go underwater, hold your breath for 1 minute till you feel that you cannot. You'll come up and you will feel that buzz. You can do that daily too. There are many ways. But what are you doing to work on your intuition?
Needs to be sharpened. And there's different tools like this or any other. You just have to act.
Yes. There's a guy who said, Hussein, what's relevant for this? You want me to tell you what happened?
Sure.
He's a big textile industry owner, one of the biggest in the country. His family was unable to maintain that or pass on to the next generation. They called a coach. What did the coach do? Made them do exercises for self awareness. What was I doing it in the first place? Same thing, right? Don't want to use the word, but you need it. By you means everybody who's seen my face. Do it for yourself.
What would be your message to someone who's watched this conversation? Where should they start? What is the actions they can take? Very simply.
Close your eyes. Find something that you're curious about, pursue it. Forget about the nails.
I think that's a very big advice as well. Like, what is some simple, solid actions they can take today? That was the compounding effect of that.
Make your question more specific first, then I'll give you something.
Any action from what the message you're preaching, what is one action that they can take today to sharpen their intuition, to be more
Oh.
self-aware, to
Okay, sharpen their intuition. For an average Joe,
average Joe?
5 minutes a day, walk barefoot. Don't care if you're in the snow, if you're in the mountains, your body can tolerate everything. Go to my Instagram, you'll see me hanging around in the snow. I'm a summer child. I was born in the summer. I cannot tolerate the snow. But I did my 5 minute barefoot walk. Just start walking barefoot daily. Trust me, God, 30 days later, things will change for you. Without shoes, without socks, 5 minutes every single day.
What does barefoot walking do?
Feedback.
Feedback to?
Feedback loop starts developing and the brain starts rewiring itself. That's a subtle change. You asked me for an average Joe, right? Everybody walks. I'm just asking you to walk. Oh, if you live in an apartment, just walk inside the apartment. If you have a bungalow, walk around. If you have grass, perfect. If you live in Karachi, don't walk on the streets barefoot. Needles and God knows what. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you live in a bunker bed, hop on the same place 100 times barefoot. Every single day. There is wisdom behind these
Why
practices.
barefoot?
Feedback.
How do you get
I play tennis
yeah,
every day,
sure.
barefoot.
Why?
Feedback.
What do you mean by feedback? What do you mean by feedback?
Somebody will tell you after this conversation, oh, you could have done this, that, right? Why is it so important for you? Feedback. That feedback, why is it important for you?
No, but how are you getting feedback walking barefoot is my question.
Oh, how are you getting feedback?
Yeah.
See, when you wear shoes, right now I'm not wearing the best shoes, right? When it comes to walking barefoot, these are not barefoot shoes.
Sure.
Your feedback gets reduced 50%, which is the message that you're getting. There are Merkel cells, right, that sense pressure. There are Ruffini endings that sense pressure. They're all
In the
on the
sole
feet.
of your foot.
Yeah, they're all over the body, right? And your body needs that for nervous system regulation, right? To calm itself down. Either wear minimal soles at least like once a week or twice a week, or go look up what barefoot shoes are. Stop, you dude. Oh my god, respect and love for every runner, but seeing these big 2 inch soles in Karachi marathon, horrendous, horrible, absolutely insane.
I was one of them.
I have those. I have those shoes as well. I critique myself here as well. Doesn't mean I don't use them. But at the same time, please experience a 5 kilometer run with though I don't own the brand, but Vivo Primus Lite. I use those and I play tennis in them. So if somebody's playing tennis, it's a high impact sport. I can play without shoes as well. On my LinkedIn, you'll find videos. I tagged everybody that, do some research on me, but nobody came. Anyways, I'll later on somebody will. You walk and Earth gives you feedback, and there is regulation happening. There is something
And
called
shoes sort of
telocytes.
add a barrier of that
They
feedback
cut
that
off feedback.
cut off feedback from
See,
nature.
if you're starting on a, have you been to, I don't know, like Data Mizar, or so there are so many Mizars, right? On a hot, sunny Lahore day, the ground is burning. You're wearing shoes, you won't feel the
Yeah,
heat. But if you take your shoes off, you will know what's happening beneath you, right?
for sure. Eventually, like you gotta
Eventually.
build that connection. Yeah.
So I'm asking people to start getting that feedback from Mother Earth. You will feel different 5 minutes walk barefoot today. Then, comment below or tell us how you feel. Just do that, nothing else. Take it
I
from
think
me.
that's great. It's very simple, easy to do. Everyone has feet. Just have to take off your shoes.
और अल्लाह माजरत अगर पैर नहीं भी हैं, if you don't have your feet,
Use your hand.
you're doing something to walk, right? You have, I don't know, there are different things or your hand.
If you're able, and obviously
Yeah.
that's amazing. Any last messages, Hussain,
Nah, man.
before
Maybe
we cut off?
we have given so many messages. How about you giving me a message or all of us a message on?
No, this is great, man. Just to summarize, I think connection with yourself is fundamental and the source of all connections you have with life, with people, with environments, everyone you come in contact with, and restoring that will impact every other connection. So there's ways to do it. Sadhu Nails is one of them.
One of them. It's
Yes,
not the end of the
absolutely.
world.
Yeah, it's not the only answer. You can find your own. This is one of them. Give it a try. Maybe you'll stick on, or maybe it'll push you closer to another modality, right? But the answer does exist. Is the fundamental truth.
Also, going back to my card, guys, remember this for youngsters if they're developing their career or whatnot. Remember this, write it down. Don't hear to what people say. Watch what they do.
Like kids do. They don't hear what you can tell
Monkey
a
see,
kid.
monkey do. Yeah.
You can tell a kid all day long, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
But they learn by watching,
Yes.
right? And they learn that humans are liars. But yeah, they learn by watching. That's how they build their neurological connections.
So if your uncle is telling you that you can't do X, just watch what he has done. And maybe it won't work out, but maybe it does. That, that maybe, that hope.
Both sides of the evidence exist. It just comes down to who you choose to focus on, and that's there. You can find examples on either side for everything. So,
I'm curious to ask you, in one sentence, how would you describe this?
in one sentence,
Yes. What is the sadhu word in your language?
I think you have to try it to know it.
That
That's
is
what I
a
would
fist
say.
bump.
Yeah, you have to try it to know it.
Yeah, one experience is worth 1,000 explanations.
Absolutely.
Guys,
Yeah.
he killed it.
From
He nailed it.
From the get go, obviously, it's just a bunch of wood with nails. It doesn't obviously make sense, but I've looked into the science for it as well, and I've experienced it myself. So it's definitely a great tool to bring you to that moment.
In about 9 months, a book is coming out, which will have all the interesting things.
Interesting. Tell us. Do you want to briefly tell us about that? The book.
I am compiling all what I know about Sadhu Nails into a book.
Beautiful.
The science and the not so science stuff, and client testimonials and experiences and YouTube links and everything. It's being documented. So maybe 9 months, 18 months, God knows what, because I teach as well.
Amazing, man.
I've had students now in about 7 different countries, including Saudi Arabia, Canada and whatnot,
Nice.
Romania. So they all ask me that, why don't you compile it all? This is what I'm doing. I don't have the time
really
right
looking
now.
forward to it, man. Where can people find you so they can stay connected?
Go to Instagram, write Sadhu Nails, SADHUNAILS, Reflexology. Or just write Husain Anas, HUSAINANAS. On the internet, I'll pop up.
Amazing.
Simple. And I'm not going to give out numbers. So.
No, that's more than enough. People can connect with you on your Insta and go from there. Thank you so much for joining us,
It
man.
was a
It's been
pleasure.
a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you in the next one. Hi, guys. It's Permeet. I just wanted to touch on this quickly. Over 80% of you guys listening are not subscribed to the show. The more subscribers we have, the easier it becomes for us to share this message with as many people as possible. You never know whose life it can change. So please hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.